This is CEMTV, reliable news and entertainment.
Worried about the state of your world? Need better and broader ideas? Stay tuned to CEMTV 24/7, always thinking possibilities. CEMTV, reliable news and entertainment.
CEMTV wakes you up, goes through with you, welcomes you back home. It's all about you, for you. We break your day to the rising of the sun. We start you off on the positives with self-energized refilling. Hand in hand, toe to toe, in a soothing by and by. We go through your day, keeping you updated with developments around your world and your endeavors. You're better off with CEMTV. As your cheerleader, in your little winning steps, we've got your back when you're down. We lift your spirits and your sights beyond your limitations towards horizons of possibilities each day portends. With a pat on your back, we nudge you on to never think less of yourself. Go do your best daily, leave the rest. At the end of each day, we urge you, do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on life. Anything is possible. You are going somewhere to happen one day. And when the day winds down, when you need a reliable arm of information and entertainment, welcome home to CEMTV. It's all about you.
In-depth analysis and dissection of news that matters. It's today's news surgery on the CEMTV Morning Pulse. Stay with us.
The world is a pack of energy. We give and we take. And as scientists say, energy can never be destroyed but can be converted. Welcome to today's edition. It's thank God it's Friday's edition of CEMTV's News Surgery. And today we are looking at mental health. It may interest you to note that everyone has a mental state per time. Everything we do is premised on our mental states, because all actions are preceded by thoughts, and all thoughts are informed consciously and unconsciously. So long as you are alive, your mind is in a state. You may be conscious of it or maybe unconscious about it, but it affects your action. And once action goes out, there is a corresponding reaction. So today we're going to touch a few stories, especially when you see reports like a husband and a wife that said, oh, I love you, I'll die for you till death do us part, finally come to dissolve that marriage because of 24,000 naira or for medical bills. You begin to ask, what's happening to their mind? Again, you see a mother that has children that went through the painful experience of carrying children for 9 months and giving birth to them, now sitting on a child using a knife to either flog or injure another person's child. You ask, what is wrong with their mind? And you hear the order given by the defense minister, shoot terrorists at sight, don't wait for orders. It obviously tells you that something is wrong somewhere. This guy is angry, you know. Again, you look at the Iran, the case between America and Iran. They went for a peace meeting, and now it's broken down. And it's like, what is wrong with these guys? In South Africa, our brothers are saying, leave our country. They are destroying things, destroying people. The mind. In Nigeria, you carry the mics to people's mouth. Everybody is saying, look, we are suffering, we are dying, we want this, we want that. I mean, it's not well with me, the mind. So today we're going to touch how mental state affects us as a people. So my name is M.I. Before we introduce our guest, I have my wonderful colleagues here. I'll call them the half caste. I would have called them South Africa, but I wouldn't. but we're Africans, you know. It is Francis Edet Oyoima. I got it right.
I'll give it to you. You got it right. 80% today.
Yeah.
So 20% left.
Okay. So what's the accent?
Oyima.
Oh. I would have stopped at Edet. All right.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to always be here, and a very good morning to you. Not forgetting our Queen Barrister Christian. Good morning. It's a bright Friday, and thank God it's Friday.
She has a definite way now and a deliberate way. Barrister Christian. Don't even turn it.
Okay.
Don't call her Christian Barrister.
Barrister Christian.
Okay. So how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you, Mike. Good morning. You look good as always. And Francis Oyoima. I get it. Good morning, Nigeria, Green City. This is CEMTV, where we bring the world of Nigeria to your doorstep.
Okay, so in a moment we'll introduce our guests and we'll dive into the issues. But that's after the newspaper headlines. Take it away.
All right, so of course this morning, as it is the tradition, we're taking you to the front pages of the national dailies, and Barrister will kickstart the process this morning.
Good to have that. This morning on The Punch, the screaming headline is saying 2027 elections, 6 legal hurdles before INEC. And you can get this on page 2 of the paper. Also, above the masthead, we have welcome to the inauguration of the national executives of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu door-to-door movement. Okay, door-to-door movement. And still on the Punch this morning, a rising price threatening Nigeria's poverty reduction gains. IMF, this is found on page 22. You also have constituency project, alleged funding, suspension throws reps into rowdy session. This you can get on page 12 of the Punch newspaper. This morning we'll move over to Daily Trust, where it says above the masthead, S Code of Conduct Tribunal chair remanded over alleged fraud. U.S. releases names, photographs of Nigerians on deportation list due to crime. This is embarrassing, but what do? We'll talk about that later. How thugs killed Islamic teacher in Bauchi. Still on Daily Trust this morning, the screaming headline said families of Oyo Borno pupils still waiting for children, waiting for teachers, waiting for mothers and their fathers. And beneath the same story, we have Nigeria's stock overtakes Korea's as world best performing. All right, let's move over. We'll see how another man alleged stabs father to death in Rivers. Oh my God. EFCC arraigned Mayati Allah leader Bodejo over alleged $2.33 million fraud. Still on Daily Trust this morning, the last line before we move over to the next paper, a crude oil price dropped to $76 amidst renewed extensions. All right, let's move over to Vanguard this morning. The screaming headline is saying police raided my house 3 times. Adeyemi's father wailed. And on Vanguard this morning, other stories, Martham as NPA thank farm owners. Police LASMA lockdown Oshodi Apapa Expressway. This you can get on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper. And on page 9 it says Atiku to Tinubu, nothing must happen to Obi El-Rufai. It is troubling, but this is Nigeria. We'll talk about all of the story. Still on page 9 of the Vanguard paper, reps seek review of Nigeria's African ties, demand compensation for victims. A court remands ex-CCT chairman Umar in Kuje prison over corruption charges. And still on Vanguard this morning, international football management is a grave security concern. US published names, photos of 124 Nigerians marked for deportation over criminal convictions. I'm looking forward to today where we don't have to hear things about Nigerians or some Nigerians or your abduction. Bandits threatening to kill pupils if troops advance in this country. Okay, we'll move over to Liberty paper before I hand over to Mr. Francis. Yes, on Liberty this morning, they say federal government unveils new anti-kidnap strategy, expands intelligence network. Ex-Israel PMF back state police urge federal government to create federal rapid response force. State policing is beautiful, but what's the approach? Above the masthead, we have rising food prices, insecurity to push millions of Nigerians deeper into poverty. IMF WFP warns. Still on Liberty this morning, we have where it says alleged 2.7 billion naira Air Nigeria fraud. Court plays Siraki voice. Note EFCC reveals details of contact probe. Still on Liberty this morning, insecurity kept schools in banditry affected communities to remain closed, says government. And the last one before we move over to Mr. Francis this morning to do what he's good at. It says, okay, let's get this one out. Every Nigerian will feel the impact of my reform, says Tinubu. Banditry escalated after foreign fighters entered northern Nigeria, Zamfara, Emir reveals. Over to you, Mr. Francis. You take it over.
Well, it's funny to see that some religious scholars are telling Nigerians that the entry of foreign help is what is necessitating the spread of banditry and attacks.
And I'm wondering why.
But let's look at some of the papers within the African continent, of course, on the foreign scene. We start this morning with Daily Guide coming out of Ghana. And of course, the screaming headline, Abu Trika extradited to US over $8 million Roban scam. No court order reverse black voter ownership as some resources coming from the engineers and planners there. We also see Obatapa radio attack. GJA gives Central NDC chairman 7 days to apologize. Structures near Tessa Dam is legion to be demolished, according to the Ghana presidency. Ex-NAFCO boss released from EOC custody without conditions. Those are the major stories on the front page of Daily Guide. We take the move to the Meridian this morning. Screaming headline, 400,000 Ghana cedis sweetheart deal at NLA. Did NLA boss force fee hikes on Alpha Lotto collaborators to fund PR contract? That's a question. You'll find answers inside the Meridian this morning. King Ojanka petitions AG Legal Counsel, alleges abuse of court process. Assemblies of God urges mass turnout for national cleanup. That's still coming out of the Meridian. And Honorable Francis Mensah vote #1 trust me. That's publicity for his election. NPP Goma East constituency settles on Francis Mensah as next chairman. Those are the stories on the Meridian, and we head out to the last paper from Ghana this morning, the Ghanaian Publisher. 350 million Ghana cedis contingent fund release. Minority blast AG's lawless approach. Details are on page 3. MP demands prosecution of officials involved in $280 million Met scandal. Details are on page 3. And Goma East NPP delegates back Francis Mensah. Details still on page 3. Mahama Veeb lead national cleanup exercise. Ghana to end tomato imports in 4 months. Eric Opoko. That's coming from John Dumelo's boss there in Ghana. Great work they're doing for the Ghana agricultural industry. Let's leave to the foreign scene. The first paper, The National, screaming headline, UAE calls for unity in Gulf as Tehran resumes aggression. IEA chief hails Emirates' holistic approach to energy, and police fine $11 million in Pete amid Iraq's corruption crackdown. Interesting stories in the National. The next international paper this morning will be the International, the News. Anti-terror campaign to intensify in Balochistan, Prime Minister speak. Khamenei laid to rest amid fresh US-Iran strike. Cryptocurrency transactions impermissible under Sharia. Mufti Taqi Osmani speaks. Pakistan, Croatia pledged to boost bilateral ties. Digitalization of BISP beneficiary accounts to complete by December. That's according to the SBP. China-India linked hackers targeted Pakistani law enforcement. That's a special report. We also see procedural law must give voice to human suffering, not silence it. The last story, SC acquits 3 convicts in Christian couple burning case. Those are the details on the national scene this morning, and that takes us to the end of the newspaper headline. A lot of stories from Nigeria, within Ghana and the African continent, and of course on the international scene that you'd like to read up for yourself. And many thanks for being here. This is CEMTV News Surgery, and over to you, MI.
Okay. Now, some schools of thought define mental illness as a state of mind resulting from disturbed human relationship. But the World Health Organization also has its own definition about what mental health should be. And it says mental health is a state of mental well-being that enables people to cope with the stresses of life, realize their abilities, learn well and work well, and contribute to their communities. And there are different categories: psychosis, psychosomatic neurosis, and neurosis. So every day, so long as you're alive, you wake up and you are interrelating with people and your environment, you are in a state of mind. How does it affect your output as a Nigerian? How does our environment today, our state as Nigeria, affects us? To help us dissect this professionally and technically and make it simple for everybody to understand, may I introduce our guest, please. Welcome, Dr. Blessing Joseph. She is a licensed social worker. Medical social worker. Thank you, ma'am, for making our time to come and enlighten us about this issue. And that's because in terms of developmental health and data, the World Health Organization says that there are significant reports about the issue of depression, stress, trauma, and the likes in Nigeria. And of course, you can't take away the Nigerian environment and factor out of it. So before we roll the first video, please shed some light about how our environment as Nigeria, our state today, can affect our mental state and health and our output.
Okay, thank you very much. Mental health, in my own definition, is the state of mind and emotions. The state of one's mind and then your emotions. It's mental health and how one can handle life's problems. If you can handle one life's problem, then everybody has mental health.
Yeah, mental state, yeah.
You don't have it all. You don't have it all. So if they had it all, most of these politicians they have. There are cars they
are rich.
In their place.
Yeah.
They don't.
You can be rich
1
year,
yet. A year, 2 years they have not. Look at Oba's house. They showed which other day. See the fleet of cars. If he was alive, he would have seen the vow for one position or the other. So everybody.
The rich also cries.
The rich, they cry. We watched that film when we were small. Remember?
Yes,
they do. That is why they say the rich gets richer, the poor gets poorer, because the rich they are not satisfied. That's the state of mental health. And in our society today, Nigeria, it's all over. That's why they said if a Nigerian goes to any country, he can survive.
Make it. I mean, so here's the breeding and training ground for a better state.
Nigerian, anywhere, you can survive in Nigeria. Which country that they are even more, the system is working, everything. You will only feel like when I went to Dubai, I wanted to cross the road. Only for me to see a policeman from nowhere. When I was there, they don't show themselves like us.
Yes.
They hide. As I didn't know there is pedestrian. Nigerian thing, like, come cross quick, make I go. Not like I was see policeman. He just pointed, and I saw it pedestrian.
The sign.
They said, thank God, they would have given, you would have paid. Yes, but.
Sorry, let me butt in. In St. Petersburg, Russia, went to a shopping complex, like just call it like Spa, and bigger than Spa. The shopping complex is a bigger stadium. Sometimes you can be there till daybreak. So I came out with my shopping bag, and I was about to cross just the inside the shopping complex, just to cross this small road. A Porsche car, and the car is coming from there. They stopped for me to cross. I say what? Even me. They value life. It comes from the way they think.
Yes, from childhood. From
even on their express, the moment you stand at that zebra crossing, they slow down and allow you cross.
Come and try it in Nigeria. They crazy. No, say they don't stop. They don't. Even when you are even in the middle, they are coming. They will even abuse you.
Yeah, I know that everybody is a product of partly the environment. Is it that the environment has trained us to be
yes, it's the environment. I told you I wanted to cross. Me, I see pedestrian. Is that when I schooled in Lagos Unilag? When I came back, I was in Lagos bus stop. I wanted to. I didn't. Everybody was there looking at me. That was when I knew myself. Say, I'm telling you. You know that Lagos
Yeah.
I was in Lagos, I wanted to. I just pushed them. I wanted to enter.
Is it what I think I use?
They were now looking at me. Which one? Who they drag motor with you? When there are in Peter Korea, we select boxes.
Yes.
When a bus or taxi comes, you look.
There is Ocean.
Who stops for you in Lagos? Who stopped? You have not started. They won't even have they will pass. So that's good. It's environment how we are trained. Just that. In abroad, from small, they know your talent. They know what you should do. Like one tall girl I saw with you, I said, Che, if it's abroad now, they would have tilted
a beauty queen. Like
basketball.
I recall that I told that, Che. That's still trained. You don't know one day you can.
Like
so beautiful girl, yes. Any day I see her, just look at it wasted.
Okay, so doctor, don't you think the environment, yes, plays a critical role, but our environment has also trained us. I'll take the incidents of drivers. In driving school, we are taught to prioritize human life. Humans, or life in general, living beings. So when you're driving and you see a cat or a goat about to cross, you're supposed to, apply the brakes and wait. Talk more of a human. How is it that we're not going to driving school?
How many?
A good question to ask.
How many? They don't. The actor that died, which day last week, he hasn't driven before. He just entered. It's on the net. He has not, but he just feel maybe it was that was how he died. How many? Me, I went to driving school. That thing entered. Those accidents they show while driving, you are on phone.
On phone.
It's still.
Yeah.
I still remember. When I'm driving, I'm cautious. They said that we are driving, take the other person, every other driver to be
a mad person.
You driver. But we are not. How many? All these drivers, they don't have license.
Speaking of driving schools, you're aware not all driving school in Nigeria are professional driving schools.
But at least go now.
No, they are professional driving schools because if you go to they're registered, but there are certain driving schools that will teach you everything. Why some you just pay like 30,000, drive manual, and you just go. So I think
how many? I'm telling you, 99% of drivers go and meet them. They don't have even license. Police, they just pass.
So then what becomes the work of the Federal Road Safety Corps? What are they supposed to do?
Now who I go ask? That is Nigeria for you.
Oh my God.
It is
no.
Nigeria. They don't. If they do, they would have valued life. I still remember all those accidents. I don't use phone while driving because of all those films.
What you were
Video.
taught.
Yes, they showed us. They will show you practical what happens while driving and you're on phone. You will see different. It's not even a big driving school, but they taught me well. So they don't. That's why, and we don't inculcate the habit of valuing lives. We don't. Yes, only one person can make them. They came and picked somebody in Nigeria. They don't, but that's our upbringing. Everybody beg.
It shouldn't be that
It shouldn't
way.
be that
It shouldn't
way.
be that way.
It shouldn't be. Very bad. So how do we rectify it?
Now, there's also the issue of the state of the economy. Like I said, the bottom line of everyday struggle, everyday hustle. Like yesterday, as I was closing from work, I was hearing one tout in a bus stop shouting to another tout, "Oh, but just come out now, come hustle." And it struck a chord in me because on this station we have a program called Street Hustle, and I said that's one of the programs my chairman likes. Street Hustle. Oh, but just come out like all hustle, and you see that they were jumping from one bus to another, and I was just look. It triggers something in your mind.
Young boys,
the economy.
The economy.
Every day.
Do
you think our leaders understand that the bottom line every day as we wake up is food on the table, daily bread, and therefore should put in facilities and enabling environments to ensure that people don't go through stress, necessarily go through, because I tell you this, I've also experienced it. I just traveled to about 5 countries or 6. People will go there and come and they'll tell you the things we pray for here, there is just natural, in abundance. They don't even value it. So what is it that they don't understand? That the economy also affects the state of mind of when you wake up in the morning, you're thinking of what to eat, things are expensive, you're looking for even the money, the sources of making money is so limited. What do you have to say about that as a factor disturbing the mental state?
And instead of the government to maybe look for a way, ask people, there are people that have that know-how. We
used to have experts. You're an expert there. Do you think they consult mental health experts, social workers? Because social welfareism and welfare schemes should be part of every government as a way of balancing the ecosystem. Do you think the result? Because I tell people I enjoyed it when I was in secondary school. I was a truant, not because I wasn't brilliant, but at the point now like youthful exuberance and juvenile delinquency now came in. So I started going to parties, started having girlfriends. So instead of reading my book, I became a truant. So they called social workers to come and talk at least twice. I remember they invited me. The back I sit down. What's wrong with you? Look at your grades. You're performing low. Nothing. I wasn't committing any crime, but I was just doing guy boy. When the teacher, I'm doing break dance. They go down. So, when my father and my mother also had issues, they took to social welfare. Today I don't see social welfare. Did they? And it's a ministry. It's part of the media ministry and agency. Do you think that the leadership did they come to consult you people in planning their public service delivery? Even to measure.
Also, there in the welfare, do we have social workers? We don't.
Oh my.
I did my internship with psychiatric hospital.
Okay, that's a good place.
Yes, I did it there, psychiatric hospital. After my internship, I found out that there is no single social worker in a psychiatric hospital. Rumibo.
That's an error.
Big, not small, big error. One, I had to apply that. Let me come on. They said, no, we are not government. And I applied for voluntary job. Immediately they took me.
You were given.
Yes, immediately. That's they say when I started.
But when it comes to pay, no, they don't.
More than 2 years I was there doing voluntary job. And what they don't know that is that I was doing voluntary job. They were not paying me, but then I was having clients because there are people that you will take to psychiatric hospital. Now they see psychiatric.
No, the fear. Yes, exactly. Yeah, why bringing me here? I get it.
So such people, I can meet them and say, "Don't worry, I'll come and see the patient at home."
There you make your money.
Exactly. was there more than 2 years. I was making money.
It's
So, home treatment, home service, it's a different ball game with government. So you have to
I
pay.
understand.
I was doing voluntary job. They think I tried. They were praising me, thank you, but I was there making money with private. Then at the Secretariat Welfare, have they given any commission of are they social workers? Even in the whole of that, no social work. I went there, asked. They say all the social work, they are old, they have been retired. So no social
so no one is studying in school.
Actually, we have department in Uniport. We have social
We have
College of
department in
Health.
Uniport.
I teach at the College of Health. We have social work. So all the graduates. I'm even going for what about me? When last year they took people now, health management. So with my profile, everything. Even the director for psychiatric, everybody say, you are the first person to take. Now you that social work, I'm a medical licensed medical social worker.
Displacement.
I did voluntary job there. So I go interview, do everything, even Najuru. Me, I was relaxed now because I know I
You
don't need
know
to go and
you're
lobby.
made of
No, I don't. After everything, they said, I went now. They started giving employment to everyone. I went. I said, if I come since now, why you no come? Who you meet now? Who you? I say meet. But now you for first take now. But I say my CV, my phone, everything is there. So do I need to come and lobby again? Or in Adru, they said the politician has to sign.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
my friend, she's there. She signed the politician. I said, give my own to. She said, no, I know, carry on, go find. But it's not that I do no politician, but I refuse because this is, I am qualified.
This come down to our system and how we operate, because now how will in a social home there are no social workers professionally. When you talk about mental health, it starts from the home. The Western world, where they're well developed, I'm sorry to use the word, a child that's in primary school is having trauma issue, there's a counselor.
Yes. But we used to have it when we were in primary
There
school.
ought to be counselor, a psychological counselor, be it guidance and counseling, be in school, government establishment, hospital, companies. But that is not what we have in Nigeria. That's why everyone is just, it doesn't make sense. Why would they need a politician to sign over what is necessary? Now it brings us down to those drivers you're talking about, because in as much as you're going for driving school, who taught you? What do you know? It's a problem, and we really need to look into it. I'm disappointed to hear that in a social environment. And
no one.
Oh
Even
my!
right now, I think they have refurbished psychiatric hospital. I'm still looking.
That's why in Nigeria almost some persons attribute everything to spiritual. That's the problem. Spiritual. That's the problem.
It's not spiritual. It is a lack of leadership, proper leadership, lack of accountability, lack of transparency, and lack of the governance willpower to do right. Remember, during this present administration, we're talking about a youth summit to find out what the issues are in
Exactly,
Nigeria.
I remember. I was
thank
hearing
God.
on radio say it's another avenue to siphon money. Because what is it that you don't know? If you want research, go to the grassroots, to the local government level. How do you feel about your environment?
You don't.
Is it keeping you healthy or something? You just get it. You now convoke youths. You pay their flight to Abuja. You pay their city allowance.
do what?
You pay their accommodation from our taxpayers' money. That's another
So they can get their own money from there.
If you do research, pay an even international agency or even with Nigerians, go down to the grassroots, ask people on the streets. Like
we have local government.
Okay.
See the local government. Is that not?
There is no need for any research, because every Nigerian
don't know. Let's believe that
every Nigerian, politician or not, understand the need of the Nigerian.
they grew up here.
Everybody.
We all grew up here. The politicians, they know. So there is no need and no justification for having a summit. But I'm coming to you, doctor. Mental health disorder, mental health challenges, mental health diseases. Most people believe that until somebody is naked and is roaming the streets and eating from dustbins and trash cans, that's when the person is mad. So I'd like you to throw more light on mental disorder for our public.
Okay, it's not till somebody goes naked or the mental health. Like I said before, everybody has mental health. illness. The women, like after delivery, the women will call as
postpartum depression.
Like a woman I met in psychiatric, she had boys, she needed a girl.
Oh.
And the child
Became
now
an issue.
A boy.
A boy. She
Okay.
went, packed all their clothes, started burning, and
Wow.
yeah. Some there, like the other one, she needed a boy. She didn't tell me, but I knew that was the case. So what I used in getting her is, I said, but if they say this became a boy, if I like him.
And she poured out.
Exactly.
That's social worker.
Now, as a
Yes.
professional, you know the right question.
That's social worker. It's not being there as like no social worker in psychiatry.
Yeah.
So what are
There's
we
a little
doing?
girl that told me, Auntie, why is it that you understand me more than my parents? And
You see? Because of the technique
Yes.
in approach.
You are trained, you must know. And we are not judgmental.
No.
We are not social. We
And
are
confidentiality is a watchword.
not. You cannot hear it. And that's why they will not take you.
Have
What
confidence.
They,
You repose confidence in you.
cheat on their husband, they confide in you.
Of course.
They will. And nobody hears it. And because of your approach, they will trust you. They will have faith in you. They will tell you whatever. And you don't say it out.
Okay, so
Then for the youth, substance. They are
Substance
free.
abuse.
Substance abuse.
Take. You are seeing this person is taking, so you too. You want to just test, just test. I have a boy now, he's in UPTH, right? He was okay. Sometimes they hear voices. Yes. That one now all over his body, if you see blades.
Oh.
And some
We
person
tried to manage. He was in year 3, came out. Manage. He went
Relapse
to psychiatry.
again.
He now started all over DJAM, started in Uniport. Year 1, year 2 now. The mother just called me yesterday that he took snap.
Wanted to commit suicide.
suicide.
So she called me. I saw her phone missed call, but I didn't call. Later in the night, then I called. She said it was the emergency. They were calling me that they rushed him to psychiatric. Then I referred him to UPT. They are there.
Let me ask you 2 questions on substance abuse and suicidal tendencies. And I'll just give my incident of my own. When I was in secondary school, this is true confession, peer group influence, we cannot take it away. My mom raised me well. She knows my mom. My mom was a teacher. My father would kill you. But you know, that's what they call youthful exuberance.
It happens.
Yeah, working along with older friends. So among our group, it was like if you were not smoking cigarettes, you never arrive. So we used to buy a pack of one of the cigarette brands, a pack, like 4 friends. And then each person will hold 1 pack because we also emulated from our dads and our elders.
That's
we
what
used to hold 1 pack and then you hold 1 like this. And then
Big boy.
you want to show that
Yes, yeah, but you want to belong. You want
that
to
was
be
when
like them.
505 came out new. We will contribute 20 naira, 20 kobo.
Oh my
We now
God.
contribute and how they call it toy. God, forgive me. Thank God I did not die. So we are saying so that when police will change.
Yes.
So we will now hire and then go and pick ladies, girls. They are not ladies, they are girls. Secondary school girls. And they will carry on the AC and they will start smoking. When we come out with our big trousers,
Wow.
we are showing that we are arrived. But this is it. This is it. In the course of it, one of these days, my biology school teacher then, taught us about the impact of smoking to our lungs. So she drew it, and I think this is a white paper, and and it changed the color. So that's what happens when you take nicotine and it goes down to your lungs. It percolates, and over time, because when you tell some of those smokers, they say, "Nothing, I don't smoke. Papa will smoke till he die. Nothing do am." You understand? The moment I saw that, and then I used to be athletic. I play football. I did long distance race from my house then. But one day, police chased us. I went to a nightclub, Modux, along Hospital Road. You may know it. And they chased us. So I ran for a short distance and I was panting. And so I now correlated the impact of my degraded breath to what that teacher taught us. And that was, I told myself, no more guy. And without anybody preaching, I ended cigarette smoking. As for substance, my mom used to draw. She used to, each time she saw mentally deranged person, she would say, "See that one, you go smoke, Igbo." See that one? My pikin never tryable. I will say, yes, mommy. So when I looked at them, I said, no, I don't want to be mad. Now, I know it's a collective stakeholder thing.
It is.
But I wanted to talk to... Today we have increased... If you go along our bridges, our flyovers...
The level of substance abuse and the reality.
Our neighborhoods, you know. Time was when there was even the, what they call it, the psychiatric home in Port Harcourt used to be active. They come around and they pick these people.
Yeah.
Where are they today? We pay tax money. Where are they today? So this increase as a result of substance abuse and the one of societal tendency. Please talk to us about it. How stakeholders should rise up to their responsibilities to ensure we can't stop it, but we can reduce it to the barest minimum.
It can be controlled.
Yes.
It can be controlled. Like especially depression too. Depression is a major case. I had a client too. He lost money and he went depressed. He lost big money, went depressed.
So let me add that even after Buhari's regime to this administration, there were reports of even bankers that took their lives as a result of running to debt. You know, the social tendency increased. People jumping from the Third Mainland Bridge increased as a result of harsh economy.
Depressions. You know, Nigeria, we don't know the nitty-gritty of depression. If it's abroad, just a girl that
you can walk into social welfare.
Her boyfriend did not pick her call. She was depressed. She missed flight. Or this one, if you miss anything or this
chocolate. Daddy, don't buy me chocolate. I'm not happy with it.
But here, my aunt used to say it. Like, my aunt over there, like one of my cousins, that's how they get her. They want to commit suicide. I'm going, Auntie, can you permit me to buy rope and give him? So because me, I know that is why you want to that thing entered her. She said, what? My mere mentioning it made her to feel even what? Buy rope, you know, it entered her that no, don't try it. They value lives. I said, Auntie, tell me, let me buy rope and give him. Nigeria. You know that thing in us. We don't.
Oh my God!
Another one go. Who have never seen that? Not today. That's what they will say. Not today. The boyfriend leave you. Not today. The marriage. Nothing. There are some marriages they are living together, but they are neighbors. They are just
roommates. Enemies. Yes.
I have one. 80 years. No love makes nothing.
Strange bedfellows.
Yes. But they over there can't happen. It can't.
I'd love to ask a question now. Given the society that we are now, you are a social worker, a certified. Where is a place of social worker and counselors in Nigeria? That is our problem. Why I said earlier that we attribute everything to spirituality. Now, pastors, you have to forgive me. We have pastors that stand as counselor. I understand your pastor can be your spiritual counselor, not because there are certain things you cannot discuss with your pastor. Bedmatics, and there's certain things when the pastor will say they'll say the Holy Spirit will help, pray, endure. Meanwhile, someone is losing their life gradually.
Like now, exactly.
Nigeria just factor every problem into spirituality. Oh, my papa said this. Where is the place of a counselor? Where is the place of a social worker? Because if we have all of this in the right places, our society will be saner than what we have today. I also like to ask this question. Between a man and a woman, who is prone to this mental health issue more? Now, given the fact that women, there's a hormone have its own trivia. Menstrual cycle have its own trivia. Not having a particular gender for a child have its own trivia. Your husband is not treating you well, have his own. They have pent-up feelings. Yes, they have pent-up feelings that they can't even say. So between a man and a woman, bottling, who is more at risk with this mental issue? Don't forget depression too.
You ask us to, because
and also the fact where in our society is men will tell you, you're a woman, you're 35, your biological clock. And I ask, even men, they have biological clock, because sometimes they cannot produce a baby because you know what I mean. So between a man and a woman, I would like you to educate us, who is at risk more?
They both are at risk, but more of the woman, because A man can be 50, 60 years, he can get married to a 20, 30 years old.
If you hold your
And,
lalas.
and still have a baby.
I still have, yes. But a woman will actually have cycle. That's why I tell girls now, and don't hide it. If you're 30, 35, you never marry, go born again.
First reason given, men are trained not to talk. Men are trained not to complain. Men are trained to wither everything. In fact, like you rightly stated, men should not be found or seen to express weakness, which comes down to crime. That's one. On the other side, you're looking at the daily stress of providing for the family. That the woman, regardless of what she has, like one of the stories we're handling this morning, the woman was sitting on 600,000 naira in her account. The husband provides everything for the family, including her. But for that one moment that he did not have, just 24,000 naira for their daughter's medical fee, she had 600,000 naira in her account. But she could not bring it out. Was looking on the husband, who was now running around, trying to reach family members to raise that money. Only for her phone to ring, and the husband seized the phone, and then she went out and bought a phone worth 200 and something thousand, and the debit alert showed the balance, and the husband realized she had 600,000 naira. Different concerns have been given, all of this pointing to the fact that the pressure, the stress, the societal upbringing, which has kept men in a certain point, have made men more susceptible to mental issues. So yes, we know women go through a lot, and in the issue, I think some of the things that women actually feel, I'll allow you to respond though, women go through is because women themselves have taught themselves not to ask for help or not to allow help. I use myself as an example. I grew up in a family where the legacy is cooking, house chores, everything is a survival skill. But I've been with women that you cooking for them makes them see you less of a man. You washing your clothes and washing their clothes alongside
their servants
makes them feel you are not a man or you're not manly enough.
That set of women though.
So this group of women also contribute to making good men become evil men. And then we turn back to say, oh, women are suffering the most. So your reaction to that?
So, but Doc, before you respond, let's take the sound bite of that that story where the woman was the husband divorced the wife as a result of. Let's have the sound bite.
I was looking for a way to deposit that money so that I can treat my daughter. This is not the first. When we brought her home, I think based on change of environment, I face significant health challenge. She's here. I keep paying. We spend money in the hospital on that girl until she gets here. And this one that I'm talking about, just with 24,000 naira, and that is all. So when I discover that phone that ring, I say, okay. The response to me provoked me. I said, oh, you think I'm weak, Abby? You think I'm weak? And I seized the phone from her. I said, this phone will be with me for the next 3 days. I will not give you this phone. 24, is it up to 24 hours? 12 hours, not even up to 12 hours. Yeah, shawarma, whatever, I bring home every day. What is she looking for? I brought everything home. If I'm accusing her, we are together here. Now, when the money finished, because the job I was doing is not stable. So what I did is, in advance, I want to make sure, I don't want to hear one day, there is no food in this house anymore. So what I do is I buy ahead, even if I don't have cash, I don't care. So I just want to buy. I continue buying in advance. And all of a sudden, the next thing, when we have a misunderstanding about cash, guess what? The cash is that 24,000 naira. We were in the hospital with my daughter. I don't have money. I have to wait for my brother. He's not in Nigeria. I have to wait for my brother to send me money. Why I did not approach her to give me money is that a day before then, I bought another phone, 319,000. that is how I discovered. This person that I was looking for 24,000 naira yesterday has this kind of money in her account.
Well, while we are watching that, there was a little argument here, but Doc will take the first answer his own question before I ask him my own questions.
Yes, men, you know they go
have a lot,
women go more. If you are talking of the marriage age, you are at advantage. You can get up any day, get married, but it's not like that. And then the family pressure. You don't reach. I don't say some why I don't say they select. No select, yeah. Anyone
marry, yeah.
Marry. Pressure.
Husband and husband.
Husband. Marry. I don't say they select. No select again. That what are they telling you? Marry. Anyone will come. Marry. That's why you see some ladies. They just say, make I just marry, come up for this family. Okay. Make I just pressure. Is
not their compatible friend.
Yeah, whether they like the person or not. Like that's why most of these marriages are like this. You just enter. Let me just marry to please people. You're not talking of yourself.
So this is a strong indication that there's no love. Or mutual
understand
mutualness. Okay.
I say for this kind of place, they say I say Nadia money then I say when they open you go see what thing go happen.
Okay. Well wait, okay, so let's say the women are demanding makeup.
How much?
200,000.
I wash it there. It's not true.
Wait, now no.
It might be a chick that is demanding.
No, my wife.
No, wife and the chick is a different
thing. Your cream is not cheap. It's on the man. No, all this your budget, your small salary, then body cream now. Your shoe. See, that's one go burial or one go wedding. You do ashebi. Ashebi how much? It comes back to so now. How much they can sew now? How much do they used to sew now, women?
Is it blouse?
We're talking about
is it blouse?
The last was 100.
Blouse, good blouse.
Okay.
You can't see for 20.
Okay, so you see now, and then now all this load is on the man. If the man by your salary, you say, honey,
you need 200,000 at the end of the month.
I'm telling the truth. They will say go and work harder.
There are many.
They will tell you go and work harder.
You are transparent. You told them
you are transparent.
I'm in 200,000.
There are many women.
No, that's not
right. Honey, change your job.
The problem is.
Let me balance this and say this for a fact.
Doc, you explain that.
From beginning
is women like bad boys.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
And men like what?
We have Doc here as a good guess.
Men like what? Men like bad girls.
It's balanced.
The reality is this. We need to get to a point where we both understand that there are women who are good and there are men who are good.
Exactly.
And the percentage of the evil ones cannot match the percentage of the good ones.
Facts.
It's just like we have good marriages. But because we are not having the stories of these good marriages being pushed out, what we get to hear are the horrible experiences. So people tend to think,
like
marriage is not really working. I'm saying that to get to the point that for social workers and professionals like yourself, how can we take family counseling holistically to balance the equation? Because from my family perspective, I have a scenario where the husband is transparent. Both of them are in the same work environment. They know what they earn, but the wife contributes 0. That it took family intervention and several meetings to get the wife to a point of saying, okay, of the 4 children, I'll now take care of 1.
To that extent. What's that?
And they know everything they're earning.
Yes,
and the conversation kept going until things became better. So there are women like that who believe that my money is on school fees, saving for rent.
Her own is for her cosmetics.
And it finishes. Hers is
her family.
Oshobi, her family, hangouts. That's why if you're not earning 20 million.
That one, they gave me, I worked as a social worker there. Then there are so many cases there. And you know, social work, government allocated a certain amount for that department, but do they get it?
In terms of funding?
Yes, do they? Because as a social worker, when there is an accident, a patient is brought, emergency. A social worker, it's there and then becomes the father, the mother, the guide of such patient to the person or call and bring back.
It's a whole lot.
Yes, it's social workers. It's working a bit in UPT because when I work there, they are in all departments. They post them as you come to work there. They post you, go to pediatrician, go to women's ward, go to they are trying over there.
So let me, okay, go on. Finish your point. In terms of management, since you pointed out, how do you think you should make your case? Because I'm also aware that funding of public ministries, agencies and departments, our poor funding is an issue in terms of delivery, and no executive as president, governor, local government chairman can be effective